Have you ever brought your magic to Walt Disney World like, hey, we came to play? Did you tip your tiara to a Creole princess or get goofy officially? When we come through, it's true magic, because we came to play at Walt Disney World Resort.
I'm Chris Hahn, the Aggressive Progressive. Check out a new episode of the Aggressive Progressive podcast every Tuesday. You know, the election is heating up just as the year is winding down. Stick with me. I'll tell you the truth as I see it. Download the Aggressive Progressive on Pandora or wherever you get your podcasts.
If not for bad luck, I wouldn't have none. Why did I have to live a life for such a bad one? Why when I was a kid and played, I was a sad one and always wanted to live like this or that one.
What's up, y'all? This is Tim Einenkel. Welcome to the library. Check us out on www.rapstation.com. Next up, my interview with Naughty by Nature's Vin Rock on their new album, Anthem Inc. How does it feel to have a KG back in the group?
Yeah, it's good, man. You know, we all started this group in high school, basically. So, you know, we assembled ourselves. No one put us together, and, you know, we've always been in control of what we did. So when we lost K as a producer and DJ, and, you know, not only did we lose him from the studio perspective, we lost him from the stage perspective, as well as personally. So when K got back in the mix, it was a great thing, you know, have old friend back plus all of that talent.
So I actually want to talk about, this is your seventh album, Anthem Inc., and I want to know, you guys been together, and you guys been obviously in the game for so long. Has the process for you guys in making the album changed?
No, not really. Pretty much the same, you know. K is at the helm of the production, and now, you know, since he's been working on the R&B, he has a team of different producers and writers who help out with different ideas. And, you know, Treach comes in, hears tracks, build on ideas, we all build on ideas, and it's pretty much the same process.
Oh, cool. And how is this album, how is Anthem Inc. different from your previous ones? I mean, is there like what should fans expect after copying the album? And is there a theme to this album?
Not really a theme, but, you know, we basically our same format, because we always have, like, conscious records. So there's a great record on there called God Is Us, right, featuring Queen Latifah, where Treach is building and just talking about some of the social ills of the world. And we still have our traditional party jams like Perfect Party, you know, featuring Joe. We have our more grimy records like Yoke the Joker or the Uptown Anthem type feel, and a song called, you know, Naughty Nation. And basically is basically the same format, but it's just the experience, you know, new experience we're bringing to the table. I
also want to talk more about the album. You guys also include your hits like Uptown Anthem, Hip Hop Array, and OPP. Was there a reason behind including those in the album?
Yeah, a primary reason was we re-recorded those songs, so we own the master recording.
Oh, nice.
And now, you know, when people want to license the record for movies, TV shows, or video games, they could come directly to us and get an entirely different rate than, you know, the initial publishing deal we did. So, yeah, definitely. And then on the album, we wanted to do like a then and now, because, of course, people have heard of us, but there's a whole new generation that haven't heard of us. So we gave them all new material, and then we, you know, re-recorded the throwbacks just to refresh the audience.
And as
what we were known for.
Right. And as we just mentioned, you obviously gave everyone a lot of hits with Uptown Anthem, OPP, Feel Me Flow. And I'm actually wondering, you guys, since you guys had all these hits, were there ever, within your career, was there ever songs that you wish popped off better than the others? You know, are there deep cuts that you wished your Naughty by Nature fans, you know, heard first?
Not really, because I, you know, personally, I think with the body of work, I think everyone's pretty much heard the records, but it's good to have those sleeper records because the fans pull them up. Like songs like The Chain Remains, you know, I was on Facebook the other day. Someone posted that record up in video. Someone posted a song and video we had called Ka-Clow, Ka-Clow. So it's kind of like, it's good to dive into those records and have those be, you know, our underground records that our core fans really like. So, you know, it's the good and the bad. Of course, you have the OPPs and Uptown Anthems and Hip Hop Arrays, but you definitely have those records as well. And it's not like I wish they were as big because in their own sense they are, because people remember those records.
Right, and I actually want to go back. I went back and I read a 2007 interview that you did, but then you actually said, we had that MTV crowd, we always had that crossover crowd, and we always played to crossover audiences. So I wonder, when you guys started out as a group in high school, did you know you wanted to do a crossover? Did you want that crossover crowd, or was there another crowd that you guys were gunning for?
No, actually, we knew nothing about a crossover crowd when we started creating the music. And, I guess from that quote, it sounds like that quote is from, when we were already established. But from the door, we never knew what the heck the people would like. And then, being on Tommy Boy Records, them having the De La Souls and the Digital Undergrounds, they already penetrated that crossover market. So, they tend to identify records and market their artists to that audience. So when they did that with OPP, hey, it worked. We embraced it. We understood why it worked. And basically 20 years later, I mean, that's part of the reason why we're still around, because we have a broader audience.
I want to go back to that 2007 interview where you also say, you quote, you go, "A lot of younger artists today, I don't believe they really respect the culture or the foundation of the music. I don't think today you have a lot of records that stick, records that have legs for a decade plus." So, a couple of questions. I mean, do you still think that statement holds true?
Yeah, I think so, because of what the music is perceived as now. Most of the kids, they see the rappers with all the jewelry and cars and bragging about all of this extravagant lifestyle. So that's what attracts them to it. It's more of the lifestyle than the actual music and culture itself. So I think, we've had basically the decade of, 2000s, that whole 10-year gap, 2000 to 2010, right, with everyone flossing and just, to me, turning the culture upside down or turning it into a strict materialistic culture. But I think now a lot of realities are setting in with the music industry, with people, downloading the music for free. That money isn't there. The total income generated isn't there. And I see a lot of, artists toning it down. They're toning down the jewelry. They're toning down the big cars. They're into the Camaros now and the domestic cars. So, I think the culture will start reflecting the times.
I want to go back to your album, Anthem Inc. Do you have a favorite track on that album?
Yes, I do. One is God Is Us,
right,
featuring Queen Latifah, and the other one is Naughty Nation.
Why are those your favorite tracks?
Because I believe God Is Us, for one, is a more mature record lyrically. With all of the nonsense that's going on today in hip-hop and everyone saying there's a lot of empty lyrics, no message in the music, I believe that has a strong, overall message and tone to it. And then Naughty Nation, it just goes back to, the basics with hip-hop. Hard beats and just ill rhymes, ill lyrics spit over a rhyme. So that one is like a back to basics. Basically, both of the records are back to basics. If you listen to both of them, they're just two good, solid records. Right.
And you have a huge catalog of music, so I'm just wondering, like, if you had to pick 5 tracks, what would kind of define the autobiography of Naughty by Nature?
I would say, for one, OPP, because out the gate we were young, horny guys doing what we do.
Nice.
For 2, I would say The Craziest, because, all of that young, wild energy, man. With us coming up from the streets, we were like daredevils for what we did in the streets and risked our lives just for the sake of, the culture and finding a culture to get out of that lifestyle. So we were some young, crazy kids back then. Then I would say something like The Chain Remains, because once we did come out and make it, we've always kept our hands to our community. We kept close ties to our community, and we definitely never forgot those who've been there supporting us from day one, and the ones who couldn't really enjoy our success with us. Number 4 would be, I would say, Feel Me Flow, because it showed that, we were able to create a universal vibe, man, and show just the world and all of America that, hip hop, man, it isn't just one thing. It's a total thing, you know. And you know, music is music. It touches everybody, no matter who you are, what culture, what background you come from. And then number 5 would be Hip Hop Parade, because, you know, we the live and die for hip hop, and we definitely, you know, give props to our forefathers who paved the way for us. So, you know, us putting a stamp on it, we realize that we wouldn't be here without the forefathers.
Cool.
And there you have it.
Wow. The new album is Anthem Inc. By Naughty by Nature. Vin, thanks so much for joining us on And You Don't Stop Radio with Chuck D.
All right, thanks, man, and peace to Chuck D, peace to the whole PE family. I got my holiday text from Chuck D wishing me happy holidays and the family, so definitely back to Chuck and the whole PE family. One love.
Check us out on www.rapstation.com, And You Don't Stop Radio with Chuck D.
Naughty thongs and naughty draws in the vending machine. Treach having the best to test you. Jumping while I'm bumping grind with the party pressure. Shuck it up here. Everybody sagging, we got the town bragging. Ladies laughing with enough drinks to drown a dragon. If you got a passport, come get a sweet sensation. First class invitation to my naughty nation. I see skirts and wet t-shirts on a newer note. It takes two to tote. Let's share some hookah smoke. See you winking, wanna clutch it, watch me kid. I love that figure. Let me touch it while you tweet on Twitter. It's a perfect party with a pinch of passion. Pass a pint of potion. Perfect fashion. My selections, confession. My obsession is affection, perfection, sex texting. Lordy, it's a perfect party. Party favorites, party neighbors. Party hardy with the party neighbors. Diamonds and girls, it's a world of girls. We love the girls all over the world. It's a perfect party. Party favorites, party neighbors. Party hardy with the party neighbors.
I'm Chris Hahn, the Aggressive Progressive. Check out a new episode of the Aggressive Progressive podcast every Tuesday. You know, the election is heating up just as the year is winding down. Stick with me. I'll tell you the truth as I see it. Download the Aggressive Progressive on Pandora or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, I'm Mark Goodman.
And I'm Alan Light.
On today's podcast, in celebration of International Guitar Month, Pete Townsend of The Who will join us.
Pete went deep with us into his relationship with the guitar and with music in general. The new Broadway version of Tommy. He clarified the status and the future of The Who and much, much more.
Sound Up with Mark Goodman and Alan Light, the only music podcast that matters. Get it on Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.